Today I woke up and I made my coffee and I came outside to get some sun. It's a cold morning. It's so bright outside, so beautiful. The birds are singing and the sky is so blue. There is not one cloud. Sun is shining and it feels like spring is coming, but it might be tricking us because you never really know what kind of weather you're gonna get. It's the middle of winter and the beautiful morning just makes it feel like spring, and it makes me so excited for the next season. But I'm still savoring the season that we're in and just enjoying this beautiful and cold winter day. I just got home from church and I just wanted to show you guys the outfit that I wore today. This is an outfit formula that I use all the time for spring, for any season that requires a coat. I wear something basic underneath like jeans and a top. And today I put on loafers because this jeans is a little bit skinnier, but I like to wear boots also if it's colder. And I put a nice coat on top. Today I wore this sweater blazer that I got at TJ Maxx. It's very nice and warm, very soft material, and kept me warm. And I wear my hair half up, which I think makes it more girly. I wear a watch and a few dainty jewelry pieces, and I was ready to go. Today we had lunch at church. Sometimes they serve a meal after the service, which is really nice. So the whole family ate there today. So when I came home, I didn't have to worry about preparing a meal, which was nice, but it sent me straight to chores. So I started in my bedroom, putting some clothes away. I have some laundry to put away, and I also need to make my bed. Sunday mornings, I don't have time to do these things. We are so rushed to go to church. We need to eat breakfast, and it's almost like time passes faster on Sunday mornings. So we don't have time to take care of the house before we leave, but we do that. We try to do that when we come back. And while I'm in here, my husband is out there with the kids, helping them putting their bedrooms together. I would like for them to organize their things, to know where everything is before the new school week starts, so they can start a week more organized. It's so hard to keep up with organization. It's something that we have to be mindful of every single day. And if we let go one day, it becomes this huge snowball of chores that we cannot keep up with. So we try to stick with our routines as much as we can, so that we can have a successful week ahead. My daughter picked up her room. It looks really good, and I told her not to make her bed because I needed to wash her sheets. I go around washing sheets from our 3 bedrooms all week long, and by the end of the week everybody has clean sheets. I think I said that on the last video, but that's what we do. That's our routine, to always be mindful of the sheets and not go more than 1 or 2 weeks without washing sheets for everyone. The dishes were clean. We cleaned them last night. That's also part of our routine, to clean the dishes every night and put them away in the mornings. It really makes for a great flow in the kitchen to have all dishes cleaned in the morning when I have to start a new routine with breakfast and lunches and all that. I don't put all the dishes in the dishwasher. There are a lot of things that are hand washed, especially pots and bowls and knives. I like to take care of my knives. So pretty much all the big items do not go in the dishwasher. It's mostly glass and serveware that goes there. And we are a family of 4, and one dishwasher is just enough for our family of 4 because every night our dishwasher is packed with dishes. I make most of my meals at home, so I think that has to do with it. And I completely understand when families have to get 2 dishwashers for big families because yes, it is very necessary. Now I'm loading my dishwasher with our breakfast plates. We didn't have lunch plates, so that's a plus. We're gonna have less dishes today, just as I talked about having a full dishwasher. But after that, I'm going to hand wash a few things and I'm going to scrub my sink because it's amazing how fast our sink gets dirty. So scrubbing the sink is something that I do most days because I like to leave it ready for my next meal, which is going to be dinner. I'm going to start dinner very soon because it's braised beef that I'm going to make in the oven and it takes 3 hours to be made. So I have to season it and start very soon. But before that, I have to have my kitchen clean because otherwise I cannot work with a dirty kitchen. It has to be picked up. It has to be all the counters cleaned, the sink scrubbed, so I can start a meal. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but that's how it is for me. Now I'm going to refill my soap bottles. I bought these bottles from Amazon. They are dish soap and hand soap bottles and they come with this sticker. I like that they're clear with a black top. I think they also have different colors for the top, but I like the black one to match the sticker. And I know this is ridiculous, but I buy my soap green because first of all, I love the scent of green apple from the Dawn dish soap. And I like to match this orchid that I have by my window. So everything green and matching over there by my sink. I'm usually not extra like this, but in some situations I like to be extra. Now I'm going to spray my counters. This is also something that is a daily routine for me. I use a multi-surface cleaner and it comes concentrated, so I have to dilute it. I put half cleaner, half water in the spray bottle and I spray everywhere, even the furniture. I clean everything with this cleaner. Here on the other side of my kitchen, there's a lot of things to put away. I have a basement with storage downstairs, so I'm gonna take everything there. And I'm going to put away some food that needs to go to a food bank. There are some things that we don't use that sometimes we get from school lunches and things like that. And we don't use everything, but we donate back to a food bank so people can use it better. So I'm just going to finish cleaning my counter. I'm looking at this pineapple and it looks really good. Everybody in my house loves pineapples, especially my daughter. She loves tropical fruits. It's amazing how different kids are and how different their tastes are sometimes. But we also love tropical fruits, and I try to buy to her taste as much as I can. I also need to wipe my dining room table. We're going to be eating dinner in a few hours, and it would be nice to have this already cleaned and ready to go for dinner time. And let me tell you a fun fact about this table. It used to be a 4-seat table, but we transformed it to be a 6-seat table. We bought this for our first apartment when we got married 12 years ago. And my husband transformed it. He took the top off of the other table and he made the sides longer and put a new top on. And we bought 2 new chairs, and now we have a 6-seat table made from that little table that we had before. And yes, one day we'll upgrade it for something nicer, but right now it works and it holds a lot of memories. It has a lot of scratches from the kids and from use. It's part of our history now. I usually vacuum the house, but sometimes I like to sweep the house because the broom reaches some corners that the vacuum cannot go to. So I like to sweep every once in a while to get every little corner swept and clean. But then I come back with the vacuum to do the rugs and the living room. And I use the vacuum also to pick up the trash that I just swept. It's amazing how much less dirty the house looks on camera, because you could not imagine that this much dirt was in my house. It didn't look this dirty. And it's amazing how much the camera deceives the eye. But yeah, our house was very dirty. It needed this sweeping. It needed the vacuuming. I'm using this hand vacuum that I got a few years ago. It's such a good little tool and it's very affordable too. I'm gonna leave a link for it in the description box. And like I said before, dinner is going to take 3 hours to cook because we're going to braise this beef. This is a bottom roast that I'm going to cook in the Dutch oven, and I'm opening it to make it a little bit flat so it cooks a little faster because it's a very thick piece of meat. I trimmed a little bit of the fat on the sides, and I'm just going to butterfly it and season with salt and pepper and paprika. And I'm going to use very simple seasoning because I'm actually going to add a pouch of onion soup. And that's going to bring out all the flavor and it's going to make it taste delicious. I'm also going to use some fresh seasonings like peppers and onions and garlic. So it's going to be delicious. Very simple and easy meal to make. My salt looks a little bit different because it's a seasoned salt that my mom brought to me from Brazil, and it's so delicious. It has a lot of herbs in it, and I like to cook all my meats with the seasoned salt. Now I'm going to put the meat in this Dutch oven, and I'm going to use some fresh ingredients. I'm going to put some onions. I think I used half an onion. I'm going to use some peppers, and I only had red peppers. I actually froze my pepper, so it's frozen right now, but that's okay. I added some garlic that I minced. I think I used 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. I like a lot of garlic. And this is the onion soup mix. I think I got this one from Aldi. And I'm going to mix with half a cup of water, but you could use 1 cup of water for this recipe because by the end of 3 hours it was almost stuck into the bottom of the pot, which is okay, but if I made it again I would use a little bit more water for this. Now I'm going to cover and put it in my oven. The oven is at 325 and I'm going to leave it there for 3 hours. It's going to cook slowly, it's going to braise, and the flavor is going to be amazing because the onion soup brings a lot of flavor to this dish. And I think that all the seasonings, all the fresh seasonings too, everything is gonna come together and make a nice sauce. I'm going to take a few minutes from my Sunday and I'm going to organize the kids' clothes for the whole week. I bought some cubbies from Amazon and it's so handy to organize their clothes. They're big enough, they're 8 and 6, so they are big enough to get dressed by themselves. And having the clothes picked out, it takes one less thing for them to do in the morning, to think about in the morning. It just makes life easier for me and for them as well. And this is something that only takes me a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes top, to pick out all the outfits. So I'm investing a few minutes of my Sunday to have a whole week of hopefully smoother mornings. Now that I got these things out of my way, I'm going to sit down, eat some popcorn, and watch a show. I'm watching the British Bake Off. My daughter and I love the show. We could go hours watching this competition show. But my husband and son don't like it, and I don't blame them. They already left the living room. They don't even want to be close to the TV when the show is on. I watched for about an hour or so with my daughter, and then it was time to go to the basement to my office to get some work done. I have some things to do for YouTube and some videos to edit, some voiceover, just general work. It is almost dinner time, so I'm back in the kitchen. I'm making 2 sides for dinner tonight. One is sauteed zucchini, and the other one is going to be mashed potatoes. My potatoes are boiling here. And the sauteed zucchini I seasoned with olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic powder. I don't put a lot of seasonings. This is like the basic trio that I use: salt, pepper, and garlic powder for most of my vegetables. And this is what the beef looks like after 3 hours cooking in the oven at 325. It was so soft. It was so tender and delicious. Everybody loved this beef. I'm definitely making this recipe again, and like I told you guys, it almost burned. Like it got really close to burning because I didn't put enough water. So next time I make this, I'm going to add a little bit more water because I only had half a cup, and this is my plate, and I had to have a second serving after this because it was so good. My kids and husband also enjoyed this meal, so I'm making it again for sure. Our video is coming to an end. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this video. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.